Shaw has to be regarded as one of the favourites to win the whole shebang. As for Neuhausen, it's the biggest match, Carl Boys, of his life.
Yeah, this is a very interesting matchup, this. World Junior Champion Moritz has the same coach as Joshua Filler. And Joshua Filler nearly picked him to be his partner for the World Cup of Pool that they went on to win. So he's obviously a very, very good, strong, up-and-coming player. So, of course, he knows his opponent, what he's won and what he's achieved in the sport of pool. So I'm excited about this one, Phil.
It will be really good to see just how he fares. Of course, a 16-year-old has won this title in the past, Wu Chia-ching, who actually won the World 9-ball and World 8-ball titles in the same year when he was 16. So, in that respect, age is no barrier.
So it's Jayson Shaw to get rack 1 underway. You can see he's going to have to play a push out. No shot on the blue 2.
Push out, coach.
What an occasion for you. Moritz, obviously 17 years of age, as you said, Phil, and I'm sure he's a fan of Jayson Shaw's game, and he's watched him win tournaments and played in the Moscone Cup. So the start of the match is always key in any pool match, but more so for the young German at the table. So he's going to have the option to play this shot or pass it back. And he's having none of it. Puts Jayson straight back. He needs the cue ball to travel, otherwise he might have left the pot here. You can definitely see the left edge. Can he get through to this potting angle? Yeah, he couldn't, so just had to play off the extreme left edge and just get some distance, stay in the rack.
Some disappointment to report for Stuart Colclough, the Englishman. Edged out 9-8 by Roberto Gomez from the Philippines a few moments ago.
So Jason's made a bit of a mess of that. Didn't mean to get the double hit, and this has given Moritz a good chance now and a good look at this table. All the balls are in the open, and just got to try and keep a hold of that cue ball. Of course, he's not going to have played in this kind of match before in the TV arena. This will be his first time.
You were saying, Carl, that he almost made that German World Cup team, which, of course, eventually won the World Cup. But instead of him, Joshua Filler plumped for Christoph Reichers as his partner. And I can tell you, Reichers has just beaten Marco Tuta 9-4.
So important for not just Moritz but any player when you're at the start of the match. When you've got an opportunity like this, it's always nice just to try and run the table, and it doesn't matter how much experience you've got, it always settles you down.
In that World Cup, Christoph Reicher's had a lot of savvy, a lot of experience going for him, but he was also prone to involuntary shoulder movement and delivering the cue rather badly under pressure. When you're 17, you're not quite so affected that way. He's fresh-faced, he's not got scar tissue, and if he enjoys this, he could pose a problem.
Extension code.
And you see he's just composing himself for this 9.
There you go, the teenager not to be underestimated. And before this match got underway, we caught up with him.
It feels very good, and I'm pleased to be here. And my goal is to play as good as I can and to represent Germany in the best way I can. Everything is possible. I think we are all good guys and good women here. And yeah, let's see what happens.
Well, what happened in the first rack was very encouraging, Carl, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's all you could ask for. Jayson played a couple of loose safety shots which give Moritz his chance, and he took them, and he will be breaking. What he's done there, he's sent a little message to Jayson just to show him that he can play this game, he can play pool. He's not scared to run the table and kind of take it to Jayson Shaw. Germany have produced some wonderful players over the years, and is this another one in the making? Well, it's a dry break. That's got Jayson. Perfect shot on the 1 ball. He's just having a look to see if he spins the cue ball in between the 9 ball and the green 6. Can he pot this 3 in the same pocket? So he can.
One of the mainstays of the European Mosconi Cup team, and he's one of those players, and you see them in all sports, at their best they're mind-bogglingly good. They make the game look preposterously easy, and that's what Jayson Shaw can do, although that one was horrible.
Yeah, that was very unexpected, cued right across that. And he's been very fortunate. He's left a real tricky shot for Moritz to try and navigate potting this ball. It's very thin, this one. Yeah, it wasn't easy. And, well, that's not bad. So Jayson's had the ultimate punishment for missing his 5 ball.
Yeah, I said he got no scar tissue, Carl, but the shoulder went into that one. It was hard, though, and the end result, well, it could not have been better.
Extension code.
So now this is a great chance for the second rack. I think the first things you kind of look at, Phil, when you're looking at somebody new on our screens is what are their fundamentals like? What's their cue action like? Is it going to hold up under pressure? And at first glance, I think he looks okay, does Moritz? Stays very still, quite compact.
How about this? The youngster making the perfect start. He leads 2-0. Jayson Shaw, you know, usually very confident, and he certainly was when we spoke to him a little earlier.
I think everybody who plays out or sets out to play pool or American pool wants to be a world champion. I've did it in English pool before. I've been world champion. I've won many big tournaments, and this would probably be up there with winning the US Open, if not better. I just hope that everything I've been doing in the last couple of weeks kind of comes together and I can, you know, go far in the tournament.
He's certainly got the capabilities, he's certainly got the career CV, but he cannot afford to miss balls like the one he missed in rack number 2, Carl. That was, for him, a shocker.
Yeah, he's just got to stay patient now, hasn't he? Made a couple of poor safeties, and of course that poor shot he played in the last rack. But it is the man on your screens who will be breaking in rack 3. Yeah, that was a lot better break. Made the wing ball. But he doesn't have an easy pot on this one ball. Is he eyeing up for a little bank shot into the left centre? I think he is. He's trying to play the bank. He's gone for it and he's made it. It was a lovely shot. And that little nudge on the 7 has helped his position. Couldn't avoid that. So he was just edging his bets, trying to get the cue ball back over. This is the key shot coming up now. If he can just float this 2-ball past the 8 into this corner, you would feel he's guaranteed position on the pink 4. Little tester.
Extension code.
You saw the cue ball coming across the table there, and it had just about enough running side on it to leave this pot on for Neuhausen. And in it goes. Not much to play with there, was there?
Yeah, and after that bank shot, when he landed on that blue 2-ball, just looking at where the rest of the balls are, they're all sat absolutely lovely. The 8-ball is, well, that's in a very favourable position to get on the 9. So this is just a case of connecting the dots, and well, Mr. Shaw's going to have a lot to think about in the break, Phil. He didn't see it starting this way.
Of course, this group phase is double elimination, so it's not 1 and out. But Jayson Shaw does not want to get his World Championship campaign off to a losing start. In the World 9-Ball Championship, the way it's constituted, that puts you behind the 8-ball. And right now, it's the youngster who's looking the better player. Earlier this afternoon, defending champion Fedor Gorsht went 3-0 down to Mark Maggi. Here, another giant of the game, Jayson Shaw, finds himself in exactly the same predicament. And that's because he trails Moritz Neuhausen by the same score, 3-0. Who would have thought that? Shaw yet to fire, the youngster feeling and looking right at home.
Scotland's Jayson Shaw. Well, this is his opening match of this year's World Pool Championship. And believe it or not, he's trailing 3 racks to 0. World Junior Champion Moritz Neuhausen from Germany practices with Joshua Filler. Well, he's got Jayson on the ropes. He's breaking in the 4th. Well, that is nice. Very nice indeed. He's got a shot at this one ball. Just a quick glance at the table. The red 3 ball doesn't look to go in any obvious pocket, so he's got to try and get from the... That's what he's looking at now, you see, with the way he's using his cue. Of course, this pot on the 1's easy, and the pot on the 2 ball's going to be easy. But it's all about position from the 2 to the 3. So he's got a small angle here. I think he's going to have to draw the cue ball right back. There you see, aiming very low on the cue ball. Oh, he's played a wonderful shot. Are we seeing a star in the making on our TV screens? Looks very composed so far. He will be nervous, there's no doubt about it.
We were reminded earlier today that comebacks are possible in this format. Fedor Gorst won from 6-2 behind. But right now, Moritz Neuhausen is looking far the superior player, and he's playing Jayson Shaw. How about that? 4 balls away from 4-0.
Yeah, and the way he walks around the table and he's double checking the angles, trying to make sure he doesn't, you know, do something silly at this stage, because he knows he's got Jayson sat in his chair and he's going to have it all to do.
The key here, not to overcomplicate things. Just using the 1 rail, and you can't see him missing this. That would be astounding. Let youth be served. Jayson Shaw, former US Open champion and Mosconi Cup mainstay, finds himself trailing by 4 racks to 0. Now, early this afternoon, mixed fortunes for a couple of Filipinos to report. The big breaking Jeffrey De Luna, well, I'm afraid he had a poor start to his World Championship. He was beaten 9-5 by a former World Junior champion from Switzerland, Dimitri Jungo. This is the decisive ball. But better news to report for Roberto Gomez, De Luna's fellow countryman, who beat Stuart Colclough 9-8, then broke into Sung.
and sober face. The final curtain. Hey, are you recording?
Roberto, I hate to interrupt, but we've got to talk about that fantastic match. Did I see that you had your eyes closed for the final shot?
No, I'm just kidding. But I have a big confidence and high percentage that I'm gonna bank the heel match. I'm gonna bank the first shot. I got then that's it. I run.
Hill in your opening match did mean that you had plenty of time to figure out the conditions, the arena, the table. What did you learn?
Yeah, I learned that the table is kind of, when you use a spin, it deflects high. When you use a draw, it deflects high. And when you use a top, it holds. It's kind of new to me. The table is really new to me, but I right away figure it out in the middle of the game. That's why I'm getting relaxed. You know?
Essential learnings as you look to go one better than you have done in the past and become a world champion for the first time. What would it mean?
Oh, if I'm gonna be the world champion? All right, I almost got it last time, but now, yeah, it's getting, of course, getting harder. It's getting, players are getting better and better now. So this will be the biggest achievement if I'm gonna win the tournament, the World Pool Championship that everybody's dying for.
But the confidence is there.
Oh, the confidence is always there. Now I'm confident now because I'm practicing. I practice really hard for this event. Yeah.
It's good to hear it. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
From 42-year-old Roberto Gomez to 17-year-old Moritz Neuhausen, who again gets a good roll. He's second of the match.
Yeah, can't fault him for taking the bank on. Why not? Already made one gun bank into that same pocket. Now Jason's just got to use all his experience, all them pool matches you've played over the years. He knows he's in a battle now where he's a 4 racks behind in a race to 9. And he's just got to try and make something happen. And that is not it.
Moritz Neuhausen. Ball in hand. Start the clock, please.
Well, Cole, this is dreamland for the 17-year-old. A nightmare start for sure.
Yeah, it was that second rack, wasn't it, Phil, when Jason was running the balls out and he just took his eye off that purple 5 and he's been punished since. Yeah, it's just... he's not quite sure where to put the cue ball. No, he's got to be careful here. He's drawing the cue ball straight back. Yeah, that's fine. Job well done. Looks very composed, doesn't he, Phil? He looks up for this, he really does.
Well, it's easy to be doubly intimidated. First by the occasion, second by the quality of the opposition. Neuhausen isn't intimidated in the slightest, it seems.
Yeah, he just needs to land on the right hand side of the potting angle. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. You couldn't put that better with your hand. Now you can just bump the brown 7 out, which will then make that available to pot, because he doesn't pot at the moment, and he should stay on the green 6. Just wants to hit this brown 7 fullish. Oh, it's perfect. It really is. This has been clinical so far. Doesn't matter who you're playing, Phil, when you're trailing. A race to 9, 5-0, you have got your work cut out. He's got to literally now play no mistake pool, and he's got to hope his opponent makes a couple of mistakes to let him back in this match.
Moritz Neuhausen rack.
Off to a flyer, the 17-year-old. It really is great to see this. Just shows that it's not all about experience and what you've won in the past. Youthful exuberance also carries a lot of weight. Moritz Neuhausen leads Jayson Shaw, unbelievably, by 5 racks to 0. The only mistake he's made so far, it seems, the water there going the wrong way. The match stats, Carl, are very one-sided indeed. Pot success rate from Jayson Shaw, 83%. That won't get the job done. As for Neuhausen, 95%. He's potted 40 balls. Shaw has been confined to just 5. The missed pot, well, it was a really poor one has to say that. He would be the first to agree, Jason. Overcut, quite a straightforward 5 ball. A really routine shot that went astray against all expectations. Also, 3 safety errors from the Scot.
Thank you. Rack 6. Moritz Neuhausen to break. Leading by 5 racks to 0.
We keep waiting for the tide to turn. Will it be here in rack 6?
Well, he's got a good look at this 1 ball again. He's playing the hard cut break. And it's definitely working out nice so far. He's definitely showing signs of why Joshua Filler was very close to picking him, but at 17 years of age, well, I'm sure we'll be seeing him a lot more.
Given the fact he has won a World Junior title already, we knew the ability was there. But it's the poise. That's the most impressive thing.
Now this is where it could go wrong if it's going to for Jayson, because he's not landed too nice on this, so he's going to have to spin this cue ball with left hand spin and go 3 rails. So important when playing this shot, you don't forget about potting the ball, because you're worried about the cue ball and This is all going to come down to pace. As the line that the cue ball is going to be coming in towards this purple 5. Well, there's no rail to help him. So all about pace. This is... Jason will know this. He'll be sat in his chair watching on. He'll know the shot that Moritz is about to play. And he's too short. There you see, he's just coming up short. So he's just got to compose himself now. And try and find a good safety. He's took on a couple of bank shots already, so that would be very, very adventurous. Yeah, just trying to get the cue ball in behind that 7, and that's not worked out. So the man at the table is the man who we thought we would be seeing a lot of in this match, and we haven't. Now, does he take the bank shot on up into the top left?
Extension code.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Does he play to his strengths, i.e. attack, or does he keep it sensible, given the scoreline?
Yeah, I mean, where that 9 and the 7 is, yeah, he's got a good chance of a safety, but when you don't have much table time, and he's played a couple of woeful shots so far, and he's just played another, he's under it out by a long way. And he might even have left the point, you know, Philly. Can Moritz cut this into the bottom left?
It was a gross misjudgment, wasn't it, from Shaw? Okay, he was using the bridge, but that should not be any excuse. Caught out perhaps by the 30-second shot clock beeps coming in.
Showed somewhat a little bit of experience there, even though he's he's so young. Many a pool player would have took a swipe of that in the bottom left and missed it, and would have cost you 2 or 3 racks. What he's done is he's made Jayson play another shot. So he's kind of kept himself in the rack, played a containing safety. Another great safety shot as well, just using that brown 7 to hold that 5 ball where it's finished and get a good cue ball.
Yes, and completely unflustered by those beeps. Just played the shot as though they weren't there.
Now it's Jayson having a go at this 7 ball. He has done, and it's gone wrong. So the couple of safety shots from Moritz has paid off. He stayed patient, and he forced Jayson into having a go at something that wasn't easy. And now he's even playing left-handed, Phil.
I'm sure you're the same, Carl. Can't quite get my head around what we're watching here.
No, I mean, at the beginning I thought maybe this arena and the fact that he's playing Jayson, he might be, a little bit overawed, but just the way he plays pool, I've been keeping a little eye on him, and he's very composed, he knows the game, he plays every shot at nice speed, so he's definitely not, he's not a flash in the pan, let's say. He's definitely going to be around for a few years.
Germany have produced so many great players. Ralf Suke, Oliver Ortmann, Thomas Engert, Torsten Homan, Joshua Filler, and now this lad. There's no sign of weakness whatsoever. 17 years of age and taking on one of the biggest names in the game, taking him on and absolutely running him ragged. Moritz Neuhausen leads Jayson Shaw 6-0.
Well, Naoki Oi is very well known for his often viral post-match interviews, but the Japanese player's opponent today is no stranger to going all over the place on social media herself. Jennifer Beretta has put pool on the TikTok map and is giving him a run for his money when it comes to what is taking place over here on table 2. Naoki is leading 5 racks to 3, but it's been a very evenly matched affair so far, and we will bring you updates as we have them.
Thank you.
Thanks, Claire. Yeah, really interesting matchup, that one.
Leading by 6 racks to 0.
But the big story, undoubtedly, is this. Moritz Neuhausen leading Jayson Shaw 6-0.
No balls on the break. Drive break there from Moritz. So Jayson, well, he's at the table and he's got a nice clean shot at this yellow 1 ball. 2 balls over the other corner. Can Jayson Shaw get his first rack in this match? He's losing 6 racks to 0. 6 racks to 0, Phil.
we've been waiting for a turning point. Is the dry break that pivotal moment? Well, this is the kind of pot he missed in the second rack. 5 ball went astray by overcutting.
Yeah, you could see the way he played it. He didn't try and do anything adventurous with that cue ball. Just made sure of the pot, left himself long-ish on this pink 4 ball.
Extension code.
And he's got to kill the cue ball. Yep, that's nice. Now this is a big shot coming up, because he's going to try and play for the green 6 into the same pocket that he's potting this ball in. Yeah, that's fine. He can even play it in the side now, so he's got options. Just landed a little bit low, so now he's got to travel with his cue ball. Oh, he could pinch a bit. Carlito, calm down.
Well, the one-sided nature of this match has been interrupted. Jayson Shaw has a rack on the board as a result of his opponent's dry break. It is 6-1 now. Now, over on table 2, the last update we got was that Naoki Oi was leading Jennifer Beretta 5-3. Well, it's now 7-3, although Beretta is at the table and with ball in hand. Chance to pull one back here. I've been watching her practice over the last couple of days, and she's been putting in an awful lot of practice, actually, out in this arena. Quite deliberate. This is how she plays in practice. Doesn't rush. Nice rhythm. Consistent pace.
Thank you.
As always, we'll keep you up
Thank
to
you,
speed.
Rack 8. Jayson
Now
Shaw
it's back
break,
to a
trailing by
potential
1 rack to 6.
Jayson Shaw comeback.
Yeah, just when you need something to happen, it kind of never does it? He's in a situation in this match where he'd love to put a 3 or a 4 pack together. That would keep his opponent in the chair. Would just transfer a little bit of pressure back over, because of course we've not seen how Moritz would handle that situation, and this is a nice safety shot.
We say this often, Carl, but it's worth repeating again. The winner breaks format affords the opportunity to make unlikely comebacks. We saw it with Fedor Gorsh this afternoon in our first match. He was 6-2 down, ended up winning 9-7 against Mark Maggi, and no one's writing off Jayson Shaw here.
Yeah, and just to explain to you folks at home why, it's because in some of the events where they've played all turn break, sometimes things just don't go your way on the break. And you know, take this match, if Jayson was 6-1 down with alternate break, well, Moritz is always going to have his break shot, isn't he? So just lends itself to that little bit of excitement and that chance of a comeback. So there we see he played the jump shot. And now Jayson, well, it's another good chance here. just having a look, if he was to leave the cue ball where the 2 is, that middle pocket would come into play on the next positional shot. That's why he's drawn back a little bit and left himself straight, because he wants to draw this cue ball back towards where his hand is on the table. He needs to keep going. It's a little bit shy of pace, but he's okay. That was a very nice shot indeed to get himself back over for this green 6. Oh, that is absolutely perfect. Speed, line. Perfect for this 8 ball. And it's going to be his second rack in this match.
Jayson Shaw rack.
Jayson Shaw, just too good to be kept off the table for too lengthy a period. It is 6-2. Interesting. Also interesting, what's happening over on table 2. We saw Jennifer Beretta with ball in hand in rack 12. Well, she made the most of it, potting that 9 ball to reduce her deficit to 7-5 against the one and only Naoki Oi from Japan. So other results I can give you. Nick Economopoulos from Greece, former Mosconi Cup player, he beat Chris Alexander 9-8. Really tight affair that was. Filip Stojanovic of Croatia overcame double World Cup winner from Austria, Mario He, 9-6. Yip Kin Ling Liu from Hong Kong beat Chris Reinhold, also known as Chris Robinson in the past, former US Mosconi Cup player.
Rack 9.
Yip on that
Jayson
one,
Shaw
9-3.
break, trailing back to racks to 6.
Quickly, one last result I have to give you from Holland. Jan van Lierop, he defeated Mark Foster 9-7. Mark Foster works in the commercial department at Tottenham Hotspur. He's a Spurs man.
Yeah, he's
Push
a
out
pretty
ball.
good player in all from the UK. Plays on the local tour that we have, the GB now. This is the beauty of the World Championships, 128 players, so you get to see some of the other pool players that are around the world that you might not see many times on your screens.
Over 40 countries represented here. And not a bye in sight. Full field of 128.
I don't think he played the 1 ball in the pocket. I think he was just trying to get the cue ball up towards that 5 and maybe use that 3 ball to hold the 1, but it's gone in. Needs the cue ball to stop, and it has done. That's a nice safety shot. So he's showing the young junior world champion that he's still in this match and he's going to fight till the end. And of course, we all know Jason will. This is what makes pool so great, Phil. The fact that one player might be leading and you're thinking this match is over, but just little things in a match can just turn it on its head. Now he's trying to get this cue ball in between the green 6 and the pink 4. That was a job well done. That was a nice hit. I think he's been a little bit unfortunate. I think this 2 ball will go back through that gap and pot in the top left.
Extension code.
Problem here is going to be, how does he get on the red 3? Because if that's dead straight, maybe he's playing it in the left centre. Yeah, he had to. Great shot. That made the positional shot a lot easier.
Yeah, classy shot, wasn't it, from Shaw? But that's what you expect from him. That's not what you expect from him. That almost missed.
Yeah, he potted that off the jaw. It wanted to go in centre pocket. And now he's going to have to play this at pace and go 4 rails back up for the 5. And it's caused the miss, Phil. Needs a little bit of love.
Well, he's not left the 4. But you have to believe he's going to be in trouble in a moment.
Yeah, there's no bank shot on, so he's got to play safe. That's a smart shot. Very smart shot indeed. He's showing a lot of maturity in this match. For such a young man. Jason's trying to swerve this. He's going to miss the 9 close. He needs this 4 ball to hold up. It hasn't, so this is a small chance. Key thing here is not only potting the long ball, but you've got to try and stay up that end of the table because the purple 5's there. Just that little flick on the brown 7. He was just trying to draw the cue ball over, and that little flick has made this shot go wrong. Been impressed so far, Phil, with Moritz. Very, very good player indeed. You know, we see a lot of pool players from all over the world, don't we, Phil? And looks the real deal.
Yes, and he's not indecisive either as he makes his mind up and commits to it. As Jayson Shaw takes on, oh, what a bank that is. Well, it was the 5 ball that cost him in the second rack. He missed a sitter. That partially makes up for it. The giant awakes.
Yeah, that was sheer class from Jayson. It was almost this bank to stay in the match or to go out. Of course, you've got another life. But he's still in this match, Phil.
Carl, he most certainly is. He was 6-0 down. Now, though, it is 6-3. And Moritz Neuhausen is feeling the breath of Jayson Shaw on his neck. Jennifer Beretta is on the comeback trail against Naoki Oi. It is now 7-6 to the Japanese extrovert. And bear in mind, it was 7-4. Oi, though, alive. Looks like he's in the balls here. Clearing up to give himself a little bit more breathing space. As soon as that rack's over, I will let you know. Out of the main match arena, though, Moritz Neuhausen being forced to stew in his own juice there for a while as Jayson Shaw leaves the arena. What a length of the table bank it was on the 5 call.
Rack 10, Jayson Shaw to break.
He kept his hopes alive in this match. He now trails 6 rack to 3. Jayson breaking. Jayson more than capable of putting a 3 or a 4 pack together.
He'll settle for that all day and every day. keeping my promise as anticipated. Naoki Oi does lead 8-6 against Jennifer Beretta. So he's on the hill.
This has just been the kind of rack that Jason would have wanted. There's a very generous split. All the balls come out nice. It was just a case of keeping the cue ball nice and doing nothing silly. And he's right back in this match.
Jayson Shaw rack.
Great champions don't lie down, do they? We saw it with Fedor Gorst, the defending champion here earlier this afternoon, who won 9-7 against Mark Maggi from 6-2 down. The predicament of Jayson Shaw was even worse. He was 6-0 down. Now, though, it is 6-4, breaking off in rack 11 as well. The formidable Scot. And the stats of Jayson Shaw are looking a whole lot better than they were a while ago. The disparity in ball spotted has now been reduced to only 10, 40 for Shaw, 50 for Neuhausen. Pot success rate almost identical. Over on table 2, Naoki Oi walks away disgusted. The reason for that, he's left the 3-ball. Life in the match yet for Jennifer Beretta. What a contest that is, and what a contest this has become.
Rack 11. Jayson Shaw to break, trailing by 4 racks to 6.
And they see he's made a ball, and the 1-ball's come round over towards this left top pocket area of the table. Now that red 3-ball is going to be the tricky ball in this rack. Will he try and knock it out now? He can get the cue ball over and try and knock that 3 out. He has played that. Oh, and he's gone round the back. What a gap he's found there. Just trying to hit that 3 full ball, that would have knocked it out the way and he would have had a shot on this 2. So now he's going to have to go into defense mode.
Yes, and to add insult to injury, leaving himself so awkward over the 9-ball meant that the safety shot was a lot more difficult than it should have been.
Extension code.
Yeah, it's a tricky little position. No real value in playing a bank. Maybe he'll just send the 2-ball back up to where he stood. Needs it to slow down though. Has he left Jason a pot? He has. He can see this potting angle. It's all about this 3-ball though. That's what's causing the problems for both players. Now if he does pop this, the cue ball will go back up towards table. He'd love to. Oh, he's missed it by a long way. just not quite at the races with his potting in this match. Yeah, cued that one nice. Got into that at ease, didn't it? It flew back the cue ball.
It's the time of the day when youngsters are thriving. Sanjin Perlovanovic from Bosnia, he's just beaten Kevin Lanoy from Belgium 9-2. And Robbie Capito, a very good player from Hong Kong, is 7-3 up on Ruben Batista from Mexico.
Jayson just banking the red 3 back up towards them 2 balls. No, I think he's trying to go rail first. Just flick the 3. Yeah, that's not too bad. Keeps him in this rack. Always funny little situations, these, on a pool table. Of course, in snooker, Phil, you know, you've worked in snooker for donkey's years, haven't you, buddy? And you know the safety game at snooker, they just chip off the red and leave distance. In pool, it's a little bit different, because there you see he's tried to be a bit creative and it's gone wrong. It's gone wrong as well, hasn't it? I think he was trying to pop the 3 and he stayed over the pocket.
Played cushion first with lots of spin. He's clearly a talent. There's no doubt about it. He doesn't seem to be perturbed by opponent, occasion, and now situation.
Wow, what a safety shot he's played there. Obviously couldn't pop the pink 4 because the cue ball will have been scratching. So he's played a stun run through, and just look at where he's left Jayson. Now Jason's trying to kick this 2 rails.
Extension code.
The only problem with that is where the 8 ball and the purple 5 is. It looks like the 4 might hit into them, so he can't get the distance. So this is not as easy. The hit's easy, but it's getting it safe. Yeah, that's pretty much all he could do. He knew that he couldn't kick it where he wanted because of that 8 ball, so all he's done is left distance, and he's left the cue ball near the rail. So having to pop this, he's got to try and get back up for the purple 5. Both players know how important this rack is now.
Well, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. The fluke, and then look where the cue ball came to rest. He can't complain about bad luck, but he wants to.
Well, he's got a chance of potting this if he hits this full. Well, he tried to play off 1 rail, not the 2 rails. Yeah, good shot there from Jayson. That was a lot thinner than our TV screens tell us. And the comeback, well, it's now well and truly on, Phil.
It most certainly is. 2 of the 3 matches on the main match table this afternoon have been gripping. The first 6 racks went to a young German. The last 5 have gone to a very experienced Scot. It is 6-5 to Neuhausen.
Yeah.
So, 1 result in the books already. Naoki Oi has defeated Jennifer Beretta 9-6. I wonder what he's got to say for himself.
Thanks, Phil. Happy?
Happy, yeah?
Yeah, good performance.
Every time. Yeah, good. Today, first time in the table. Every time difficult table condition is very heavy. No, many miss, and Jennifer is a very good player, very good, great player.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But important for you to get your first win of this tournament.
Yeah, important, very important. First game is a very nervous me, and Jennifer is a very good play, and the 6-all is Jennifer only big miss, and dry break, no lucky is Jennifer's.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, you can reveal something. So you've been at this place in Milton Keynes for 2 weeks now, haven't you? You've had to stay here.
I stay now UK 1 month. I like UK. UK.
One more.
UK.
Oh my goodness. You've been doing a lot of weights training. You've been in the gym, haven't you?
Yeah, a little bit, and only 10 minutes. Walking there.
So you've been doing some running, some weights. What's your training?
I see that you before.
Where you saw me in there as well. Yeah.
I'm strong.
You're strong.
Yeah. Little bit.
But as you're working out, your gym workout, has it been helping you with your pool playing?
And the gym I like is walking and bicycle and dancing. You know that?
Yeah. What do you think of it here? Isn't it fantastic, Naoki?
Yeah, fantastic. Very exciting tournament. Yeah. And race to 9 and the winner's break and very pressure and very good. Thank you, sir.
Does it feel special to you as well? I mean, we have all these fantastic tables, the main table here, all the players watching it. It's been a fantastic start here.
Yeah, very one problem. Me, interview is very difficult.
Interview is difficult?
Yeah, me shy boy. Yeah, you know that.
I know you are shy, and we know how difficult this is for you, but we do thank you.
Yeah, thank you next time,
We do thank you, honestly. You know, we really do appreciate it. Naoki, many congratulations.
Thank you.
You've won your first match. Go and take a nice relax. You deserve it.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
I'm a shy boy. Not. Oh dear, there's only one Naoki Oi, thankfully.
He's a character, and that's exactly what he's like around the arena as well. That's no act. He's in the practice room doing that, and he's a funny old fellow, he's Naoki.
So instead of doing the old YMCA, he's doing UK. Good job he didn't spend a fortnight in Bosnia and Herzegovina. He might have had a very lengthy dance to do that one. Anyway, back to the serious stuff.
Break, trailing by 5 racks to 6.
Yeah, Jayson just lost the cue ball there a little bit. And now he's going to be faced with a long shot on the 2, and after potting this, he's got to try and get the cue ball all the way back up for the red 3. This is the type of shot when you're in practice, you just get down, try and smash it in the corner and get the cue ball moving. It's a little bit like an exhibition shot. But when you've been trailing 6-0 and it's now 6-5. Oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Would you look at this for a shot?
Well, I was going to say that's the shot of the afternoon. That's underplaying it. For me, that's the shot of this entire Matchroom Pool series so far. It was absolutely brilliantly struck. Okay, it's an opening match in a tournament, it's not a final, but that was pure class.
Yeah, just you like the cue ball a little bit closer, but it's a shot. Clearly goes past the 8. He's asking something. Is he trying to get the ball clean maybe? Yeah, he's just spotted something, maybe a hair.
Station call.
Decisive Boshalova is the referee. Well-known face on the snooker circuit. Able to clean the cue ball, yes, but that eats into Jayson Shaw's time. They couldn't stop the clock because of that, so he had to take his extension.
Another nice shot there from Jayson, just focuses on the pot. And now we're going to see what Moritz is made of, because he's won the first 6 racks. He probably couldn't believe it himself. And with just these 2 balls remaining, it looks like he's going to lose the next 6 racks. So it's been a match of 2 halves so far.
Really good stuff from Jayson Shaw, who is back on level terms. And he's back now with the status of favourite because he gets to break in rack 13. From noon today, this arena has been a hive of activity. Now, only 3 matches in this session remain, and the last to finish might well be the best of the entire session. We're talking about Jayson Shaw against Moritz Neuhausen. 6-6 after Shaw trailed 6-0.
Yeah, he made the 1 ball in the side, and he was having a good look to make sure he was going to be left with a shot. And the shots he has been left with, and well, we've not really seen much of Moritz, have we, in the last 6 racks? It's been a good game, this one. Needs an angle, but he's got to get the cue ball from this pink to the purple 5. He's playing this with extreme top right hand side. Watch the cue ball. That's perfect. Well judged.
And those dots on the white just give us an illustration of how much spin was imparted there. What a turnaround this is. Remember, he was 6-0 down, Jayson Shaw, and now he's in the ascendancy. Looking good, but he hasn't weathered the storm yet. I'm sure, Carl, he won't be taking anything for granted. There'll be no complacency in Jayson Shaw's mind. You about over on table 5, Ruslan Chinnikov. He leads Alex Montpellier from France,
Rack 14.
7-5.
Jayson Shaw to break, leading by 7 racks to 6.
So he can see the right hand side of the blue too. Doesn't pot anywhere, so he's going to be playing safe. Yeah, the problem is he can't play thin off it, because that would push the 2 ball near the top left pocket. That's why he's just taking a bit more time over this shot.
Station code. Push out code.
Well, it just shows you how difficult the safety shot is because he's played a push out.
Well, well, well. Not a great gap between that 7-ball in the pocket, but it went in anyway.
Yeah, that was incredible. That you need young guys for that shot, let me tell you. That was very tight, and he needs another good one now.
Now at the World Pool Masters, that would have been a candidate to stay on the table. Caught a lot of that near jaw, but just about went in nevertheless.
Yeah, it was Jason's push out that's led to this opportunity. Needs a cue ball to slow down here. He's just lost the cue ball a little bit. He wanted to be, well, anywhere around the centre.
Extension code.
It's good to see himself just, you know, bear down and build himself up for this shot because it's a big one. And it's a miss. That was all because Jayson Shaw has put him under pressure. He's got himself back in the match, and that overrun positional shot is going to cost him this rack. And what a rack it is. Jayson Shaw needs this 9 to get on the hill. He's won the last 8 racks.
Extraordinary stuff, it really is, and you just know what normally happens in this kind of situation. When a player has missed a ball like that, foregone a chance, what happens is that the other guy breaks off, leaves himself a roadmap. We'll wait and see whether that is going to happen. Right now, though, Jayson Shaw is getting very close to pulling off a remarkable comeback. This is the missed 8-ball from Neuhausen. Overcut it. And Shaw was never going to make any mistake from there. It's a match of 2 distinct blocks to 6-0. Neuhausen was excellent, but then 8 racks in succession have gone on the other side of the ledger.
Rack 15. Jayson Shaw to break. Palladium by 8 racks to 6.
Can he complete a 9-rack run to victory?
Well, he doesn't have a pot, but he does have a very easy bank shot at this level. The players are always expected to bank these. Now, is he just looking? See how tight this 2-ball is past the 4. Oh, he's missed the bank. It was a good chance, that, from Jayson. Tried to draw the cue ball back down towards the table. Didn't feel the 2-ball could pot. Now, can Moritz... Can he stay in this match? Still 8-6. Well, Phil, he's started to falter now, hasn't he, the young man?
It's understandable, but what a difference between now and when the match began.
Extension code.
Could that be the beginning of the end?
Well, this is a funny situation because when he played the bank, he didn't play for this ball in the pocket, did he? So if this goes in now, well, it's a little bit of a strange one. No, he didn't like it. Liana Shaw there, she's not happy. Jayson's daughter. Well, she is happy, really. She's cheering her daddy on from the studio, watching down. Oh, she's making some notes of some of the shots he's played in this match. Well, back to the match, Phil. This is a good chance now. Just got to hold himself together. He's played very good in this match. Just the last couple of racks, he's missed a couple of balls that he should have really potted the way he's been playing. Yeah, that's a lot better.
If this was early in the match, you wouldn't hesitate but to predict that Neuhausen was going to clear up. But there's just a doubt been inserted. Does look, though, as though the rot is going to be stopped. Is there going to be one last late twist? We'll find out after the break. Right now, Jayson Shaw's lead is only 8-7. In the first session of this Whirlpool Championship, the amount of action is rapidly decreasing, but the amount of drama is increasing, because on the main match table, Moritz Neuhausen still has a chance of upsetting Jayson Shaw.
Yeah, it looks a good break. But he's going to have awkward queuing. He's going to be queuing over this green 6 ball. I think the only good thing here is if he does pot this and he pots it clean, I think the cue ball will just come in between the gap for the 2 in the same pocket. And what a shot he's played there. Oh, he's played another very nice shot there indeed. That could have gone wrong. He had to draw the cue ball back all the way down table to land on this pink 4 ball. Now he's got to get the cue ball back out. Anywhere in the middle of the table is fine. Yep, and that's also nice because now he's got the right angle. Yeah, he'd love to get the cue ball lower than the potting angle of this green 6. If he doesn't, that means the cue ball after potting the green will cannon into the 9. So let's see where he gets the cue ball. Where's he got the cue ball? Yeah, he's played that well. Played it with a bit of top left hand spin, using the edge of the 9 to get the cue ball back out to where it is now. Focus on the pot. Probably going to play the 8 ball into the top right pocket after this shot. Needs it to bounce. Have to play into the top left now.
And remember, it was the 8 ball that cost him in rack 14. Oh, he's got the 8 ball blues.
The 8 ball at the end of the match to tie the match up, Hill. He's going to cost him this match. That is such a shame because the young man's played very well in this match, but he can't be too disheartened. He will be back. He's still in this event.
And Jayson Shaw knows full well he has dodged a bullet. 2 8 balls overcut to the same pocket have cost a 17-year-old German very dear indeed. Moritz Neuhausen played a really good match, but in the end it was Jayson Shaw delighted to prevail by 9 frames to 7. That after trailing 6-0. Of course, Moritz Neuhausen still has the chance to make an impact in this tournament because at this stage it is double elimination. So his World Championship is not over yet, and if he can replicate that form and maybe just tighten up slightly, particularly on 8 balls, watch out for him as the week progresses. So Jayson Shaw goes through to play Michael Gamankiak of the Czech Republic in the winners qualifying match this evening. You can see the relief etched all over the former US Open champion's face.